Whoa! Hey guys, happy Tuesday chest day. We're we're feeling like a young lifter again today because I am running on no sleep, enough caffeine to kill a man, and a passion for the weights. It's been a crazy day, crazy past couple days. Woke up this morning, beautiful snow all over the place, white fresh snow. It's pouring out now, so it's going to be a bunch of slushy mess. I'm gonna get home, but you know, that's all right. What are you gonna do? It's not like it's just affecting me, it's affecting everybody. So that's been always been a kicker for me, man, where everybody's complained about the weather and what's going on, just things that affect everybody but not you. Not you, you know what I mean? Just not just you, right? And they go like, oh, I can't believe it's raining on my birthday. It's like, dude, if you're important enough in the universe where the universe said, I'm gonna rain on Steve's birthday, well then, goddamn Steve, I want to be your best friend, because if it just being your day is changing weather patterns across the world, flooding homes, ruining commutes, causing car accidents, because it's Steve's birthday, well then Steve, hit me up, because I would love to get to know you more, my friend. Or maybe it's just a rainy day. You know? How the world works, man. How the world works. And we take as a curse, some places take as a blessing. There's a lot of places going through droughts that need water, and there's a lot of places that are flooding like here that could use a nice sunny day. But none of it's intentional. And if you think the universe is out to get you, and they do so by the weather, or something that affects everybody, like, oh, this car accident in front of me, now I'm going to be late to work, it's just my day, right? Ugh, just my luck. Because just your luck, they're dead. But I'm sure that happened so that you were late to work, Stacy, because you had to get a Frappuccino this morning. All right? You can't have such an ego, man. You know, an ego is an important thing to have when you want to pursue greatness in life, but it's only a good thing to have when you use it to reach new heights in your own life, if that makes sense. When you take your ego and you use it to justify bad things, not necessarily even just making bad decisions that hurt others, but just bad things going on, then it's a bit skewed. Like I was talking about with the weather, you know. Is your ego that big that you think the whole weather pattern of the planet is changing because, you know, you're late to work one day? Or maybe it's just raining out, you know? Maybe it's just a rainy day. So if you're going to use your ego, man, use it for good. Use it to say, you know what? Fuck normalcy. I'm going to be the best me I can because I'm awesome. Because I deserve it. And because, not because nobody else deserves it, but because I know that I do deserve it. And I'm going to do everything it takes to make that happen. And that's what an ego is good for, man. Just, it gives you the balls to go for whatever you want in life. You know? It's just a very slippery turn, so I'm paying attention a little bit. So, what about you guys? What are you training today? Huh? What are you working on? I gotta be honest, today was a, ordinarily I'm hyped, I'm amped to go to the gym, but with the way I'm feeling today, it's the dedication and the passion that gets you there, because as you can see out the window, it's not exactly a beautiful day. It's a big old day of gloom. I have a lot to do when I get home, and that's kind of what's mainly on my mind right now. Excuse me. I had to sleep for shit. Except maybe at the wheel a little bit. But, however, the gym is a magical place because the second you step through those doors, every single one of those problems you have, they need to be shut off. And that's one of the only places on this planet. Yeah, God, the highway's a mess right now. But the gym is one of the only places on this planet that you can justify shutting off all of those negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative everything going on in your life. Because it's sure as shit not going to do you any favors there. And you're in this environment that's made to just amplify your life and to boost it up more and more every single time you're in there. You know, that's not the place for negative thoughts. That's not the place for negative anything. So I want you to make sure you do that today too, guys. Or if this gets uploaded later, make sure you do it tomorrow. Where whenever you walk through the gym, those gym doors, or your garage doors at home, wherever you train, wherever you really just give it your all, shut the world out. You know, so I have a little thing that I do when I'm trying to sleep, when my mind is racing. You know, like this, like it's done. Like we're done here, you know, done. For whatever reason, if I have like a lot on my mind, I'll snap my fingers and be like, we're done. We're done. And that's me telling my body, stop what you're doing. Stop thinking about this. It's time for something else. If I see myself getting distracted, I'd be like, we're done, you know. I've kind of trained myself like that. Like the Pavlov's dog, you know. You ever hear of that Pavlovian dog theory? It's not a theory, it's a real test. But the Pavlov's dog experiment. So, for those of you that haven't, Pavlov was a scientist a long time ago. I believe a German scientist. And it was a simple experiment where, think of it like training a dog. You know, you tell him to sit, you give him a treat when he listens. What Pavlov would do is, every time you would feed the dog, you would ring a bell. And eventually, that dog began to, or rather the dog began to associate the ring of that bell to dinner time, right? Plain and simple. So every time, ding, ring the bell, here's dinner. Ring the bell, here's dinner. Ring the bell, here's dinner. Eventually what began to happen, and if you have a dog at home, you know this. If you want to say like, are you hungry? Where's dinner? You know, there's a million things you can tell your dog. But Pavlov would ring the bell without dinner there. Nowhere in sight, no food in sight. And you begin to salivate, right? Pavlov's dog would salivate and then not get fed. Next day, ring the bell, salivate, not get fed. Because the neurons in the dog, which happens to us too, began to associate that ringing of the bell with being fed. You know, it's like somebody slamming on the horn, you know? If you're distracted, you text them, whatever, when you're driving, you hear a horn, you immediately go, what the fuck's going on? Or at least you'd hope. So, the Pavlovian dog, I like to say theory just because it sounds better, but really the Pavlovian dog principle, that's a better word, principle, is something you can really associate your own life with, you know? Actually, I have a concept for a product I would love to put out for you guys to help train your body, train your mind, train you to do whatever it is habit-wise that you want to begin to develop for yourself. I'm working on making it a little less unhealthy than it is. It's not a bad thing, but it's got its tweaks. And I'm going to test it. Excuse me. I'm going to test it on myself a little bit first. See if it works. And when I believe it does, because the science all stands true, I'm going to release it to you guys. Give it to a bunch of people for free. Try it out. See if you like it, you know. It's not a supplement or anything like that. Our industry has enough of that nonsense. It's, no, I don't want to spoil anything. But essentially, it'll allow you to train yourself through positive positive reinforcement on a hormonal standpoint and chemical standpoint to do whatever you want. So if you're trying to train yourself to, let's say, read more, you know what I mean? You would do this while you're reading more, like whenever you're reading, and your brain would begin to associate the reading with this good feeling, where eventually you're not going to need the good feeling thing because the book will do it justice right there, and you'll get that high, you know? That's the plan, at least, but we're going to see how that goes. That's going to be a little bit in the works, but it's exciting nonetheless, you know? It's exciting, man. I don't even know if it's legal. I got to figure that part out first. What I'm saying might not even be allowed. But we'll see, man. We'll see, you know? Help you do cardio, help you eat clean, do one of these whenever you eat clean, whenever you use one of these whenever you go on the treadmill, whenever you go to the gym, get up, whatever. Even something simple as getting up in the morning. People have such a hard time getting up in the morning. You slap one of these on when you're waking up, you get out of bed. You begin to associate getting out of bed with this. And that's something more of us need than I think we realize. So, that's the plan. But the plan for today is a big old chest day. We're gonna have breasts the size of roosters. Rooster breasts, you know? We're gonna leave the gym with a chest so large, everybody's gonna say, John, who's your surgeon? Your breasts look great. I'm not gonna say thank you. It's Dr. T. Dr. Secret Sauce, Dr. Steak, Dr. John. Dr. John, baby, you know? We're gonna go in there, have a great workout, pump that living hell out of it. See how we perform today. Where I know we'll perform all right. I got the caffeine in me. I got 3 meals in me so far, so we're feeling good food-wise. That's all fine, you know? Just gotta work on our sleep, man. Gotta work on our sleep. And we're going to bed on time, plenty. It's just the sleep we're getting right now, because everything going on in my head, I got a lot of stuff happening, is it's taken over a little bit, you know? For good, for bad, whatever it is, but it's sometimes your mind, not sometimes, your mind always runs the show, you know? Your body is just a vehicle to transport the mind around, because you are your mind. The body is just the car that brings it places. The trick, however, is to make sure that mind always has discipline, because the second you lack discipline, you lack dedication, you lack tenacity behind what you do. Is the day when the going gets tough, you go home, you know, instead of pushing through a little bit harder and doing a little bit more than you know you have to do to succeed. You know what, guys, on that note, we'll be there in a little bit. I'm going to slam their pre-workout in a minute, blast some music, get my head in the zone. Probably slam the rest of that coffee too, my pre-workout chaser. And I'll see you guys inside. Let's get it, baby. So, if you're not feeling great, I'm just getting through this one. Like I said, it's not 100% today, but it gives us the opportunity to play with some machines we don't normally play with. So I was doing my regular dumbbell presses, and everything was tight as can be. It wasn't worth risking it, but we're just gonna pump some blood in there. And see if we find a little hidden gem that we haven't really played with yet. Yeah, I was liking this piece before, and I completely lost count, but it's not that heavy. I guess in terms of how tight I've been today, this might have been the best squeeze I've been getting so far, and I'm just running with it. even before. Hold on. Even before when I was playing with this, I jacked the weight up a little bit heavier. Because I used 6, it was on 6, let's say 60 pounds. I used 60, it was super light. Brought it up to 100. It was a little too heavy, not for my strength, but just how tight things are today. So, it was on 80 a second ago, felt smooth like butter. Nothing crazy tight. We're gonna keep playing around a little bit. And let's see how we feel. It's 237 and a half today. We'll see what that translates to in the posing room. And you know, it's funny because we look solid right now. We're not like a tiny 230s. We're a solid 230s. It looks good. The veins are running through the abs again. It's just a matter of fighting to bring that weight back up. Because the first time, it went up no problem. Now I guess the stress and sleep and all that jazz, it's slowing down the process a little bit. But like I said, you know, we didn't lose any muscle. We just gained the muscle. We lost some fat, lost some water, lost some glycogen. Whew. Let's keep after it, baby. Still a good day. It's always a good day. Alrighty. It's funny how little things can make a day a little bit, you know? Whew. Like I said, I was feeling a little small today. 237 and a half, so I feel like I look like a baby bird, you know? Like one of the malnourished baby birds that get kicked out of the nest. But somebody looked at me and he goes, "Hey, you're looking big." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So that little things like that add up. You know, I might not be feeling the way I want to feel right now, looking the way I want to look, but we're here 7 days a week with you guys, totally accountable to what the body is doing. So let's do just that. Totally accountable. See how we're feeling. 237 and a half. And 1/8. 0.2. Maybe. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, it's not a, you know, it's not a baby 237. We're solid. You know, the physique looks, it looks good. It's just, you know, we don't see that number anymore right now, the 240s. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm not 240, you know, I feel like I'm Paper Mario, just sliding through freaking sewer grates. Ooh. All right. Let's check the legs real quick, and then we'll call it a day. I gotta get out of here and get food in me. Yeah, they're alive. It's just, you know, they're feathery, which is a good thing. It means like you see the muscles like sideways and feathering around, like the fibers themselves. But, you know, peak bulk, you don't necessarily want to be feathery, you want to be big. So we got a lot of weight to put on before the next time we start a real diet. On that note, guys, I have a lot to do today. I'm gonna go get some work done, and I'll see you tomorrow.